Shifting focus to Asia now, a Chinese survey and research vessel equipped with advanced surveillance equipment is heading towards Maldives. The Chinese research vessel Xiangyang Hong 03 reportedly entered the Indian Ocean region and is expected to reach Maldives early next month. The vessel is set to run an ocean survey operation in the Indian Ocean region from 90 degrees ridge south of Andaman and Nicobar Islands to the deep South Indian Ocean. The Chinese vessel is heading towards Maldives after Sri Lanka refused permission for the ship to dock at one of its ports. My colleague Ahmed Muin Faruqi joins us from Colombo for more on this developing story. What can you tell us about the so-called Chinese survey and research vessels, and why do they pose a threat to India's interests in the wider Indian Ocean region?
Ramesh, good afternoon to you. Yes, you see that these Chinese research vessels, they are research vessels supposedly which can obtain data which can be used for dual purposes, that is both research as well as military purposes. That's one part of it. These research vessels have been coming into the Indian Ocean region since 2008, started in 2008 under the cover of anti-piracy measures initially. Later on, the research vessels started regularly coming into the Indian Ocean region. Now, this Xiangyang Hong 03 has earlier come into the Indian Ocean region, has done observed the surveying in Arabian Sea as well as in the Bay of Bengal on two previous occasions in 2019 and 2020. However, we should understand this, that most of these research vessels, they conduct a survey of the topography under the waters, and they constantly obtain the data with regard to the depth and the terrain that exists underwater. And this will be utilized for various purposes, including for whenever you have to run in submarines as well. So firstly, what has happened is that the Indian Ocean region, which India has always talked about maintaining safety and security of the waters in the Indian Ocean region, this is a little bit, we can consider that is under threat, because if a foreign vessel comes here with possibility of collection of data that can be used for dual purposes, this is something which most of the times can be looked at with some suspicion. That's what India is primarily bothered about. There is a strategic concern here because Indian assets exist in the region. So India has to take care of her own interests. Secondly, the research vessels have earlier also come to Indian Ocean region. They used to visit time and again. They have earlier docked last year in Sri Lanka, but the biggest diplomatic victory for India had been that for 1 year, Sri Lanka has put a moratorium on docking of these research vessels into any of its ports in Sri Lanka or coming into the exclusive economic zone of Sri Lanka. So right now, the ship that's going to Maldives will not dock at Sri Lanka, and it will directly head towards Maldives as such. Ramesh.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Ahmed Muin Faruqi in Colombo, thank you. Appreciate it.